Alright, then I believe too. And with that, there's only one thing left to say. Let's rev it up!
Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, so I know it's been 2 days since I put up a video, but I've been working on this deck because I'm really trying to make this work, because Featherstorm is so good, and Glads have that chariot that makes it just so tempting like to play, especially since it's like Wing Beast. Like that means you could incorporate Icarus, and Icarus is just, man, like it's just so cool, especially because you can like recycle your Glads, like if you Icarus away any, like whether, because I'm playing Lanista and Bestiar, so you can like recycle it, and then you won't really lose anything. So you're just like, in the end you're just plussing, and I felt like that was just too good to pass up. And for those of you that are aware of the Gladiator Beast mirror matches, you guys know that it's like it's similar to Paleo, where whoever opens a chariot or whoever opens that certain card has the advantage, but there's tech choices that you can have. Like Icarus just makes it for like a big blowout, and it was a risk. I was risking it to draw into a GB, otherwise it would be like, oh damn. But luckily I ended up drawing into GB. But that was my best option, because I couldn't just tag out, and then because I was assuming that he had chariot, so I couldn't just fall into that chariot and then just lose from there. So I had to with the risk factor. And this is what I mean by chariot. I mean by card demise being so good. Like if you top deck a demise right now, you'll just be back in the game. You will literally just be way ahead. But I tried to make it to where you don't need it. And I mean, if you have access to it, it'll be much more better. But I guess this is decent as well. You can manage with this, but I want to show you guys what I mean. That if let's say you're both playing like a mirror match, right? The one that's playing demise will have the advantage, and sometimes those are the things that make duels, man. Because like it's good. Like this is what I mean. Like you open up your backer, right? You have an answer for a specific thing, whether you want to hold it, slow roll it, or just like. You can see, oh, right here, I didn't, like, I know some blue eyes play strike, but I was not reading a strike there. I was like, well, that's not a strike. That's how I was like, I'm confident, go Gazers. But it's just freaking backfired on me. But anyways, like, yeah, right here, the reason you don't want a Wabaku, like, there's no reason to. Like, I know, like, when you play Glads, from my experience, is like, you don't just use stuff for the sake of using it. You gotta make sure you can use it to its full potential. Like for this scenario, you have to like slowly set up scenarios work in your favor. Of course, I could have just used it, but then I'm still alive. You know, see what I mean? I'm still in a good position. I'm low on life points, yeah, but I have enough resources to keep me alive. So you have to keep that in mind when you play control decks, or just like pretty much any deck that plays through back row. You got to make sure you can utilize every single thing to its fullest. Otherwise, you're just gonna like do it for the heck of it. Like think about it. If I do this, like how many scenarios can I stop if I do that? Or how many scenarios? Let me put the deck list. All right, so here's the deck list. Okay, so before anything, most of you that have been playing Glads before, you're probably gonna be like, what the heck, 3 of each? But hear me out, okay? In this like already chariot, you need 2 cards to make that work, which is you need a face-up Glad, and then by adding Harpie's Featherstorm, that means you have another card that you need that requires 2 cards to make it work. Same with Icarus. So there's 9 cards that require setup. It's not a dramatic setup, but it requires setup, because they don't just work on their own. Whereas like all these other traps, you can just flip them and they can do something. But which is why this is a control deck, it's not an aggressive deck. It's more counterintuitive. Like you have to respond to your opponent and slowly outplay them with your traps. But like, yeah, like I wanted to make sure Harpie's Featherstorm was as live as possible, and I was like, since I'm playing a bunch of wing beasts, why not play Icarus attack? It just makes sense. And at first I was playing these glads as well, but I was like, man, I was drawing too many monsters, and I was like, I think because I wasn't playing proof guns at first, because I was just playing two Darius. So I was playing 3 Darius, 3 this, 3 this, 3 this, and you play only one Galaquari because you just want for that one scenario you can make Heraclinos, and that's pretty much it. And because the main ones you want to focus on is having these live Icarus and HARPIE'S Featherstorm, and then you just recycling your chariots and your glads that you tributed off Icarus, and just keep replenishing and try to get momentum off that. Of course, if you had D-Barrier and Strikes and Card Demise, it'll be so much better. Like, but this is decent too, to where it can manage. Like, ideally, like the reason you play these, like 6 Mirror Forces and 3 Wabakus, is because sometimes you don't really want to use these yet, and you kind of put in a scenario where, oh damn, I don't want to use it yet, but I have nothing to block. So which is why these come in handy. If you want to use them yet, it's like slow roll them, and just mirror force them, or just Wabaku and then tag out. Like, there's so many times where they try to force the chariot. Like, for those players that are aware how glads work, they will try to force the chariot and try to run over it, and then I'll Wabaku and I'll tag out, and then they're stuck. They can't do anything after that because I have chariot or featherstorm. And then if I wanted to, I would have like a in-phase Icarus to the back row, and then on my turn just summon a glad and just run over whatever they had. That setup was just too, it was so picture perfect. And then of course you have Lost Wind, which it's like a shrink pretty much, but it's like you negate their effect, which is really good, and you can use it twice. It was just like, okay, well, it seemed like a no-brainer. And then of course you have your one-ups, your Strike, Torrential, and your Impert Order, just for Twin Twisters when you try to just because if you pretty much lose the Twin Twister, because like you can replenish your back row, it'll be just 1 by 1, and the formats, the top tier decks are too fast right now. And Torrential, it's a bit debatable because you kind of want to have field presence, but there's gonna be times where you Icarus stuff away, and then they'll be like, okay, there's nothing left, and then they'll overextend, and that's when you Torrential them, and it's like, oh damn, okay, I didn't expect that. So that's really cool. And then the extra deck, don't mind the extra deck. It's just, this is just, I was just putting it together because I was mainly focusing on the main deck. The only thing more thing that went onto the extra deck was just like Hazaris or Nerokius, which is Nerokius is really good. And then of course 3 Castel, because it's a wing beast, so it's live with Icarus and HARPIE'S Featherstorm, but you can change it up. Just feel free. And the side deck, don't worry about side deck. It's just stuff I was trying out. First I was main Twin Twisters, and it just, I don't know, it seemed like it would work, but I don't know, it just didn't. I don't know. But this is where the deck is at right now. And go ahead if you see something that I'm not seeing, but so far this has been pretty good. But of course, Card Demise will just make it much more better. But I try to make it to where you don't need it, because it's in like 30+ bucks right now. So it's like, damn. But yeah, go ahead and try it out. Let me know what you think. And oh man, I freaking I looked today. I was like, oh, is it made? Cause like I made 2K subscribers, like 2001 now. That's awesome. Thank you guys. But yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be, oh my gosh. I still gotta make more videos. It's just I didn't want to post up any videos until I had some sort of like decent build to show you guys, cause you can try it out. And oh man, just try it out, man. Just that's so cool. But yeah, and I want to talk about Necro Synchro, because some of you have been mentioning that and giving them some ideas. And the Junk Doppel, just regular synchron deck, I gotta make another video and discussion about that. But that's gonna be it. It's like it's almost my midnight, so I wanted to get this up before then. But that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching.